I always love doing the full greed run. You just get access to so much. It's so fun. Starting short fuse, honestly, the secondaries is also tempting, but yeah, short fuse should be pretty solid. That's a lot of question marks, and one of the things that's great about the greed run is we have access to sparings for investment, which is a really good chance to collect up a very good chunk of gold. So hopefully we can do exactly that. I also would like to actually be able to hit my bombs. Doesn't seem to be happening perhaps as much as I might enjoy. But I'm sure that I'll just hit another one imminently. Maybe not. There we go. 78. So what do you want? Okay, that's a lot of question marks, which, as I said, I have spreading some investment. I really don't mind. Usually you do need to let the gold build up a tiny bit beforehand first, but he's not bad, right? Although that's purely thanks to the Wander Scholar Greed, which is not actually a passive that I usually like to use in my greed runs. That was an amazing first shot. Absolutely splendid. But honestly, it does fit the bill. Usually I just try to not add boss passives, is what I'd call it. But I think it's very fair to do a greed run and include the boss passive because, I mean, they're all greed relics, right? They're all meant to be increasing how much gold you have access to. Just sometimes Wander Scholar Greed, the way it's doing it is not very valuable because you effectively lose a lot of the gold that you've stocked up. That was really good. Plus 56 gold there, plus 52 gold there. Oh, and an enhanced. Well, I really, really want enhanced, so it's really nice that I just got enhanced because that gives me a lot of gold to work with. Wow. Technically when you're doing these like full greed setups, remove all orbs by the way. Technically when you're doing these full greed setups, there are ways that you can increase your greed more. That is of course if you play more into the spooky or more into the Greed Philosopher's Stone or more into the reduce, refuse, recycle. This is how you play into the reduce, refuse, recycle. So it's really nice that we saw that. Also I actually am going to remove all orbs here. It might seem a tad unwise, but the removals are really handy right now. And then more importantly, I have enough gold to just chuck in a level 3 orb immediately into my deck. Mask of Joy clear the way. Definitely Mask of Joy, I think. There we go, look, plus 100 gold right there. Augur, Smoke Mod. Definitely just Augur. I don't hate Smoke. You know what, I guess I have Bomb combo. Smoke Mod doesn't really look too bad. Right, so what I really want here is... Wow. Alright, Orbit Story already. Pegbag just seems really good, right? I hate turning down Spiffy Crit, but I think it is just... Pegbag here? Just because the 2 extra refreshes is so handy? Nah, let's just greed it out. I got the extra greed. So because I only have one level 1 Orbert in my deck, I'm actually not going to go to that elite. It's actually just unwise at this stage, very unwise. Alright, great echo damage for the first shot, really good stuff. I actually don't hit the refresh, do I? Yeah, not too bad that I had to turn down, well, had to turn it down. Not too bad that I turned down the, I'm actually just going to discard. Go the enemy spawned in. I turned down the Big Bag. Oh, I totally forgot about this extra guy, oh my god. Right, I blanked on the fact that there was an extra enemy in this fight. Oopsies. I lose slightly more health, that also means I'm getting slightly more gold and, I mean, probably not too bad of a trade. This guy does not hit very hard. There were a lot of enemies that would have been a lot more painful, but they also would have been dead by now, so... Sesei, I'm allowed to pick up multiple, so Sesei is very much allowed. I don't think I want any of this stuff. I have Collusion, by the way. Makes things very neat for trying to not die. Okay, adding an orb to my deck, immediately upgrading it to level 3, which... Definitely going to be doing that with the Ouroboros right now. Just to double check, there's no, like, yeah. Ballad. Ballad is like the one orb that I was really looking out for there, because, it would actually be really good here, I think. We have the Mask of Joy after all. Basalt Totem. Low. Oh, Basalt Totem should just be access to a lot of extra max HP, and I'm very pleased to see that. I'm going to take the +7. It's not really that useful, but good start for sure, isn't it? Alright, it's this fight. We know how I feel about this fight. Let's just open up those bombs and then get those bombs next shot, shall we? I'm going to be real though, the Ouroboros being level 5 is such a huge deal. It's very, very nice change. Very nice change for us. Bang, followed by... Alright, that works well. I would love it if you get that bomb right there, because that guarantees you get the kill. Looks like I have a lot of echo damage attached to it though, so actually it looks just fine. Alright, so stuff like a rub right now, right here. Echo is... Alright, really good stuff. Let's just grab slightly more gold, why not? Why ever not, eh? It's fine by me. I'm fine to trade health for gold, because after all I'm trading max health for gold as well. Alright, this is a fine fight for us to get. 0-1. I'm actually not pretty pleased with the first shot at tool. I will just waste it fully. It's fine. Alright, and now, oh you know what, spiffy crit, might as well. Just grab the crit. Boom. I'll do this actually. I prepare this shot to trying to go for the roll this time. Didn't actually expect that to happen though. Alright, so now, nice and simple, something like this. And that does just clean you up. And we discard the Ouroboros. And we have 100% echo, so it's not a lot of damage. But it's enough to make me very happy because that 2 exploitable. Nice, okay, good. Echo damage is enough at this stage, which is exactly what we're after. That worked out very well. That's another echo. Definitely a very wise idea to add that to my deck too. I will upgrade it, sure. Seems wise. Choke mod. I took smoke mod. You know what, let's take choke mod. If I can play for bomb debuffs, that would be hilarious. I think monster training is definitely the correct pick here, but I'm not here to take the correct pick. I'm playing the greed run. I get to take the greedy pick at every single opportunity and have it work out. Oh my. Well, if this actually works out, that would be sick. Will it work out? I don't know. I have collusion as well, by the way. That's really handy. Look at me versus Bob. I will buy a tactical treat too, just in case we get shuffle pot. Grubby gloves shouldn't be too valuable. Veggies also shouldn't be too valuable. Remove an orb now that I've got the bubble game plan in my deck does sound kinda nice, but without Recombobulator. Kind of happy with what I've got, but also maybe Ouroboros can go. It's also the only orb in my deck with damage though. That probably seems unwise to remove the only orb with damage in my deck. Bulb was of course going to be very nice, but I actually would have preferred not to shoot it at all here. It's not exactly what we're looking for here, is it? Alright, so the thing we are looking for is purely just going for those lovely crits. Getting that 2 exploitable stacked up each time. Then eventually, hopefully a bomb chain set off with those crits. And things would work out great once that happens. Because then I'm getting the good echo damage and I'm getting my exploitable stacked up, which kind of happened. Awesome. Oh, that could have been so much better. Still 116 already, not bad, and there we go. That's precisely the kind of thing I wanted to line up. That is the strength of our build right now. And now I just get to maintain that damage. Another crit gives me the exploitable damage and he just pops. Perfect. Just do 2 upgrades, make sure that I've got good AoE power. More importantly, good debuff power. No status symbol is very sad. I would have loved to see some status symbol. Safety Pegulations, if I want to play a bomb debuff comp, sounds great. And I do want to try and play a bomb debuff comp. The most fun comp to play from this stage, I'd say. Circle of Life, no availability. Probably don't plan on adding orbs to my deck, so I think no availability is fine. Mini boss from the next act with no rewards is not actually something I want to tango with. So yeah, I'm just fine with no availability. Should just work out great. Anvil count as a greed relic? It doesn't, right? It's what I would call very close to, and definitely could be considered one, but I don't think I would. How many bombs can you hit here? That's what I'm curious about. Oh, I really like hitting that chain there. Really nice chain to hit. A good attempt. So can I get some dodges? Oh, nice. I actually did get a whole dodge. Beautiful. I would love it if this wouldn't happen, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it, so we'll just take the hits. It's fine, our max health is ever increasing. Oh, nice. We love that one dodge there. I do have super boots as well, so I do actually expect to be getting some good healing off of that soon, but not yet, because I care about navigation. Well, I'm really sick of choosing no availability and then having a force removal with this event. But we are just fine to lose an Echo because I want to try and build towards the Bomb Debuff build. That would be amazing. And it has to be an Echo here. I got banned. Pressure course. Let's just try and link full debuffs. Bit silly, but I'm here for a bit silly. Go to Equilibrium. I mean, don't intend to reload much. At least I hope not to. I do have another store, right? You wouldn't deny me my second store? It really is, wow. That's a big shame. Hang on a second. Oh, didn't even get my money back. Alright, well, start off with those two. And the rest of the stuff is just, wow, not useful at all. I will keep the Bad Orb in my deck. It's fine. Essential Oil for what piece? Like, it's just shield comp, isn't it? Big shame, these are just, pretty worthless. I guess we do already have a lot of very impactful common relics, don't we? I want more, though. Our lack of healing is definitely worrying me slightly. I have no transparency application. Have some blind. Oh. There's going to be a lot of that. Ow. I need to get a dodge sometime soon, please. Oh, wow, I thought I'd get a dodge. Well, I hope I'd get a dodge. It's a bit of a shame. Seems like we're in desperate need of slightly more health. That'd be handy. Well, unfortunately I'm also not a coward, so... Oh, cookbook, popping corn, lucky penny. Isn't that very neat? Well, cookbook is of course cool and all. But, I think I just want the popping corn here. I've currently got good activation. Alright, Super Boots, it's time for Super Boots to actually activate. Now that I don't care about navigation. Okay, so I'm gonna expedite this. Let's just get to those bombs, shall we? I need the debuffs that they provide pretty badly. Oh, come. That was very poor, unfortunately. Very, very poor. Luckily, that is a decent chunk of debuffs, just like still not as much as I would like. I missed more bombs. I really wanted slightly more. But at least my healing is fine at this stage. That one heal that he did really just lost me a lot of health there, didn't it? Ow. I'm very wounded. I'm not scared. I'll continue. 29 health, that's more than enough to keep greeting. I just don't want to spend gold before the question mark sizzle. Sure, yeah, take it. Don't want it. Okay. I barely get any more gold. Oh, do I even get more gold when upgrading it? Flex Claw, improve Catalyst, but I don't want to improve bomb damage, so that makes things pretty simple. Alright, my gold's very stacked up. I was really hoping to get... Oh, we already knew what I was going to pick, right? I already said that I was feeling very greedy this run, and absolutely. Alright, so let's see how much blind and spinfection we can get on them immediately. Would just be really good news for me. Unfortunately, the spinfection damage is delayed. The good news is, because of the mass proccing that it has attached to it, I actually get a lot of healing associated. That's really cool. Also, actually, that's a lot of echo damage, you know? That's not bad. Oh, Complex Claw! Oh, that one Complex Claw pickup is actually rather handy here. Auger! Oh, well, I thought this fight would be a bad idea, which is why I took it. No, not only was it not a bad idea, it was an amazing idea. I get a rare relic, I get a heal, I get gold, like, oh my. It's beautiful. I don't even need health anymore. Maneuver, stack all because counter for crit. So if I'm trying to play for a bomb debuff build, I guess full chicken is just the best. I've never tried to use a spinfection build to kill the final boss, which is not just doubling. Oh, that's Hackle Sat. Well, I mean, it's Hackle Sat, so we'll just pick it up, shall we? It's nice to have good healing now, isn't it? Yep, Hackle Sat makes things very simple for us. Very simple indeed. I forgot you did damage, right? Complex Claw, eh? Complex Claw. Alright. Feeling very confident with the build we've got now. We've even got the healing to back it up, since that Hackle Sat is going to be giving us a good heal every, pretty quickly. Quite a bit. That shit certainly did hurt a lot. I'm afraid that the more you hurt me, the more gold I spawn onto the board. All part of my master plan. I actually did get the Mask of Sorrow. Well, this Bomb Debuff build does seem to be working out at least slightly well, doesn't it? Lovely double heal there. One due to Super Roots, the other due to Peglin's hat. Actually, this is not the best fight for us. Actually, rather uncomfortable, I suppose. My capabilities are unimpressive. I'm afraid 2600 damage every turn is decent, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to win this. Okay, 500 damage every turn. I've changed my mind. This Mask of Sorrow, I think, has changed my perspective on just how much I can achieve with this one singular spinfection game plan. Because 500 damage every turn, isn't that enough to just win straight up? Obviously, you know, stuff like the 10 exploitable really helps out because baseline that's 400 damage he's taking. Okay, I'm impressed. Actually worked out significantly better than expected, that's for sure. Was not expecting it to work out that well. No damage of its own, but 434 is nothing to scoff at. Yeah, okay, the spinfection game plan is working. Will it work versus the Observer in its current state? Absolutely not. But, I expected that fight to be much worse, that's for sure. Another Air Corp. I mean, look, it's a great game plan, and obviously one I should be using, but I shan't. I actually did get status symbol, wow. Okay, so, I do also have Link's Restorator, which is a lot more gold. And obviously stuff like Molten Mantle is just very worth it at this stage because I have enough gold for the rest of the run. And Monsieur's Shell is great, Unpretentious Pendant's worthless, but yeah, no, there's no way I'm turning down a status symbol. Need some more crits, apparently. Orbert's Nightmare is good. Actually, not as good into Mimics as I would like, I suppose. Oh, what are you doing here? Ooh. Alright, so status symbol. I think my debuffing capabilities are actually really impressive. Like, look at that. 30 blind, 20 spinfection. Those are big numbers. Let's just grab a dodge, shall we? 42? Ooh. It's such a big deal. Oh, wow. I forgot that they would just die there. So, this looked like a pretty bad Mimic map. Yeah, it's a really bad Mimic map. Whatever. My last run was a great Mimic map, but I still just got absolutely no Mimics, so maybe it's a 200 gold there, not bad. Maybe this one will also impress me. Personally, I'm hopeful. But yeah, debuffing capabilities are actually really impressive now. Getting both Status Symbol and Mask of Sorrow is really nice to see. Without Recombobulator, we can't really pull it off. Man, I've been trying to pull this off in a real run for so long. It is a bit of a shame that I still haven't done so, because obviously this is a custom run where I've set myself up in a pretty good spot to be able to get use out of it. But it's still nice to just have it working. Okay, there we go, perfect. I mean, look, I just realized just how good my debuffing capabilities are as of entering Area 3. So he just has too much blind on him. Look at that, 80 blind. Because the second he hit me once, I knew that he would never be able to hit me again. So yeah, the Mimic fights are really ideal because we're sitting here with Pocket Sand. And Pocket Sand just easily caps out the blind. There's just nothing I have to worry about. Literally nothing. It's just too much blind. The second I get hit once and combine that with all the bombs that I've already hit, that's enough blind to just end the fight immediately. Awesome stuff. 640 damage every turn. Not bad if you ask me. Noble? I don't have any multi-ball to speak of, which is rather funny. Refresh also trigger a crit, safety net, power glove, prime slime, bombulet. I think we'll just take let's see it mattering actually. I've turned down Link's Restorator as well. I'll actually just take Bombulet, just try and build more towards the build. Bombulet is just not necessary for it, but it's just nice. Okay, I'm loving this. Give me more Mimics. My one complaint with Orbert's Nightmares when I don't get enough Mimics. Alright, nice dodge. 78 is not guaranteed. But now it is. Now it absolutely is. Alright, so Crystal Catalyst might be a Strawny Relic actually. Crystal Catalyst is the number 1, I think? No, obviously the number 1 is just Recon. The Crystal Catalyst is the number 2, so if you want to give me either Crystal Catalyst or Recon, I'd appreciate that, Mr. Mimic. Thank you a lot. Man, it's so funny how hard it was to grind Mimic XP beforehand, just because getting them was so hard. Expected criticism, or just reuse? It's definitely reuse here. Just want to be able to shoot the Bob once more, because it is my engine right now. Yeah, it was so funny how hard it was to... Oh my god, look at those debuffs already. 160 spinfection, because of course it's doubled and doubled versus this singular enemy. So hard to get the Mimic XP beforehand, but now with access to Orbert's Nightmare, you know, I've probably maxed him out. I mean, definitely maxed him out. I believe I recall getting the card reasonably fast. Alright, yeah, Persist is definitely nice. I just have a few orbs that I need to remove from my deck at this stage. Since hitting both Status Symbol and Mask of Sorrow does just allow me to fully play for the build that I wish to play for. Here's exactly the good news that I wanted to hear. Like, look at that, 28 spinfection. That's more than enough to just guarantee your death. Also, 400k gold is not bad. If I ever were to pick up a Sprouting Spinvestment, I'll be in a great spot, but believe me, I don't intend to. 132 gold. Oh, that was the Hagon's Hat heal sound. Right. I forgot we full heal when we enter a question mark. Makes sense, right? Okay, really good stuff there. 63. Gonna be real, 63 is a pretty massive number. You guys are kind of just dead. Oh, Augur as well, right. Oh my god. Clearly Augur has been putting in some great work. Wait, it is Augur? Oh, I knew I didn't pick up Augur. That's why I was confused every time I talked about it. I just didn't bother checking for it. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Oh, it's not Augur. It's of course the Bomb boss passive, because I basically always take safety pegulations purely for that bomb line rather than the pierce. Which is so funny because like you shouldn't care about decreasing bomb damage that much, but that always ends up being the case for me. Yeah, and safety pegulations has been giving us pierce at some nice fights, and that's been nice. I always appreciate the extra pierce. I was gonna say that's Mimic through and through. This 6. That's funny. 24 blind. 24 ain't a lot, but you know what is? Oh, not 62. 94 though, that will be enough. There we go. It took 2 hits, and I just don't care. Next time I enter a question mark, they're all gone. Really do want this Orbert out of my deck though. So it'll just be Bulb and Horrible with the best tools in my deck currently, and the only ones I actually intend to keep in my deck. Horrible, of course, not because I actually want to keep it, but because it's a requirement at this stage. Alright, so I did get Sash of Focus. Perfected Reactant is not something I want to take. Refresher of Slimy Salve Beckoning Crypt. I'll just take a Sash. Nothing there really interests me, and Sash doesn't either, but I will still just take it, I suppose. Bombulate just gives us a lot of immediate bombs to start off with, and it kind of just caps out his blind, which does simply just solve this fight, doesn't it? There's just nothing he can do anymore. I'm afraid that your blind is capped, and well, now your spinfection is at a very large number. Alright, so I'm still failing to actually hit the one recombobulator that I would love to be hitting, but maybe it's not necessary. What am I actually going to do if I don't hit it? No, I simply will hit it. That's not something I need to worry myself with, because I simply will hit the recombobulator. This is the greed run after all. I've been making sure to give myself the best greed opportunities possible. 5k gold. So many passive selections at this point, especially rare ones. Let's just keep increasing the 5k gold, shall we? Alright, so I want you gone now. There we go. Lightning Grease. So I did actually get Lightning Grease. It just goes cool. On all. Shan't be picking it up. My game plan doesn't involve it here. Obviously it could, should, and it would be a insurance passive for me, which is great. But oh, hang on a second. Just need to make sure not to pop all the pegs on this map. I realized that my bomb creation has become very impressive. Alright, 32 Spinfection dooms those guys. It's now just the one guy that's not spawned, that hadn't spawned in yet. And this should be enough once I can hit this one thing. There we go. Awesome. Alright, perfect stuff. Damn, it's always just fun doing the greed run. It took me a while before I found good healing, but I'm here now. I'm here, I've arrived. I have good healing, I just still lack that one crucial recombobulator, which is going to put me in a bit of a rough spot, I'm going to be real. Things are currently very much in contention for whether or not I will be able to win this run or not. One thing's for certain though, that is a lot of spinfection damage. An awful lot. I love that. That is precisely what I've built this build for. I do have super boots, so I don't have to worry about losing max health in the final area. Just still not max health that I'm worried about. Definitely just the recom currently, because I don't have enough bombs if I'm going to convert them all. And I don't actually have a backup game plan for if I'm not doing recom stuff. Oh man, look at that health just drop. It's beautiful. 43 health already. Oh, it's amazing. Bye bye. With Power Spinfection, we just maxed out their blind and Spinfection immediately. I'm so happy that I picked up all of this Bomb Debuff nonsense. Focused Blast actually works. I don't want bomb damage though, so I won't be taking it. Peglin Satchel. Not really the kind of stuff that I was hoping to see here. I will just take the skip option because the rest of the stuff is just not ideal. Need to be a bit careful. I've got to let all of the or what would you call them? I don't actually know what their name is. The elites in this area, I've got to let all the elites spawn before I go popping bombs or anything risky like that. Otherwise I might just destroy all my pegs with a particularly good Bob-Obs shot. Also, I only have one refresh on the board, which is not something I would recommend, but it's kind of a funny challenge and I kind of want to keep it going. Oh god. Well, unfortunately, I do only have one refresh on the board, but I kind of need it urgently, and it kind of means waiting. Actually, I can shoot now. Awesome. Just had to wait a fair bit. Pretty sure the blind's now maxed, and if the blind's maxed, you don't get to hit me, mate. Let's try. I'm afraid that, oh yep, the blind is maxed on all of them. We just get to watch this spinfection slowly murder them all. Conception is a fun relic. Not one that I need. Decoy Orb. Maybe with what I know of the Observer, now Decoy Orb's slightly more valuable. I really do need that recon, by the way. It's a very big deal. I truly do not actually know what I'm going to be doing if I don't get the recon. Like, yeah, the infection damage that I'll have is great. But I'm afraid one Echo Orb is not exactly cutting it. It's great. It can do a lot. But I'm sure it has Persist. Don't know, I might need to pick up an orb. I mean, Snowball's probably a great orb to be picking up, but I refuse. So how much bonus damage? I wish you would tell me how much bonus damage it would have there. Just because it gives me a good estimate of exactly how useful it would be. I don't care about either of this stuff. Take an adventure and there we go. Grab some gold? Well, well, well. Looks like that Echo Orb's getting removed from my deck. Alright, so this is purely going to be a bomb. Mimic is great. Bomb Spinfection run. Sorry. Oh, that was the chest, right? Oh! I always myself. Well, here's the thing. It worked out because I got recon. But that is something I really should try and avoid. Because creativity probably would have also helped me get the recon. I don't know, we might start looping back around on the rare relic options at this stage. I do still need double spinfection damage. The problem is I think on this class, I think it's a store only relic, so I'm hopeful. No, I definitely haven't seen these relics this run. Ties the Blind. Refreshing Punch, Grinding One Steer. Sure, I'll just take Ties the Blind. Give me some Bramble every now and then. But yeah, no, Recon does simplify things quite a bit for us. One Bob Orb is all we need, eh? Alright, so my bomb shouldn't be dealing damage. I probably took a few too many things to upgrade right there. Which means that I'm actually going to be dealing decent enough damage with my Bob Orb now. Still shouldn't be too much though. Alright, so I don't have Alchemist's Cookbook. I don't exactly need it. Also don't have refreshes on the board. It's actually a very serious problem that I have. Also just not one that I care about though. It's kind of funny. Alright, our Bramble application is really good because of course I have Mask of Sorrow and Status Symbol. Right, we've successfully pulled off the Bomb Spinfection build, which is amazing. Truly splendid. 237 max HP. So what does that put us at? The top time is 4, right? 5. Ooh, sick. 242 max HP. Personally, I think that's enough, but I might be wrong because I am trying to do a one-deck cycle. And as we know, one-deck cycles are a very stupid idea. It's just when it works out, it's fun. So we're just challenging ourselves because, you know, this is a custom run. It is nice to challenge yourself for custom runs because otherwise, well, you don't really expect to lose a lot of custom runs, especially ones that are beneficial for you. And I would happily say that this is indeed a beneficial custom run for me. It is quite good, and so is that spinfection damage right there. Yeah, like, the upgrading we have is solid, but we're still only getting 1k damage. Exactly what I like to hear. Oh, silly Billy, you thought you could hit me? So what's our greed like? not bad, right? We also have Lightning Grease in game as well. Is interesting. Oh, whoops, I haven't popped the bombs yet. There you go. Had maxed out blind and a lot of spinfection. I just get to double discard now. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. 242 max HP, Vitamin C, Pocket Watch, Echo Chamber. I'm not interested in any of this stuff, and oh, would you look at this? 5-6. Oh. I knew it'd be a lot of gold. But 5-6 to 8-8? That is perhaps slightly more than what I was initially expecting. Not bad. That's a decent chunk of Bramble, decent chunk of Spinfection, and a decent chunk of Blind. Alright, Dupe Station. Well, that is very nice. We're just not giving him any time to stack up my circle whatsoever. Amazing. Well. Let's head into the second phase, shall we? 39k intangible, that gives us a lot of infection damage to work with until we pop the intangible peg, which is of course going to be happening. You are currently, as it stands, very good at popping the intangible peg. Alright, I need the bubble, and I want to shoot it to the right, because to the left you can get caught really easily. Could have worked better. Probably should have. So yeah, I've given myself a few restrictions for this run, which make it much harder than it would otherwise need to be. Also, the fact that we're doing a spinfection build does make it significantly harder than it needs to be. But personally, I believe we will persevere. The restrictions are, of course, A, I'm doing a 1-deck cycle, which as we know is never a good idea. But also B, actually I get to convert that peg, that's sick. It's really handy. But B, I only have 1 refresh on the board, which really not ideal when you're doing a bomb comp. Because you kind of have to aim for the refresh every time now. I think things will work out just fine though. 356, oh my god. His hits are just so pathetic on me, because he just doesn't have the circle peg stacked, and baseline his hits aren't really that impressive. It's always nice when you get to end the early phase early. Very nice indeed, apparently. Didn't realize just how nice it would be. Alright, so 940. I presume that once the intangible peg pops itself, it happens very easily. We can just get to the 99k very simply. Yeah, so 4k damage for our hits, and for our spinfection it is... okay, still very pathetic. Not having double spinfection damage does definitely decrease it by quite a lot, but even without that, it would still be very low still. Our refresh does move as well. Oh wow, we are also farming Belusion. I didn't think we had that many Belusion farming sources, but I suppose we have just solely Vitamin C, which is just working well. Okay, bad. Bye, I suppose. Bye-bye, where's my refresh? Oh, I've already popped at this shot I have. 5k damage and double in spinfection, sick. Alright, well let's just go pop those bombs, shall we? Nice. We still haven't connected this part of the map yet, but 14k, okay. So plus 3k spinfection per shot. That is a lot. Sounds like more than what I would expect, but I ain't complaining, that's for sure. Sounds pretty neat if you ask me. So we were at 14k last shot, right? Okay, the upgrading is really actually irritating me quite a bit at this stage. It's a bit too high for my tastes. I really should have not taken it. 15k and 22k, awesome. Let's just make sure to pop that refresh once, shall we? We just get a tad more spinfection if we do. Alrighty. I don't think we'll get to the fabled 99k spinfection that I would love to aim for. I think that without the beautiful double spinfection damage piece, I think that just simply won't be happening, which is fine, it's just mildly unfortunate. Alright, so what do we have now? 25 combined with a 31. I love how it's just constantly staying ahead just ever so slightly, that is very pleasant. There we go. Alright, so this is definitely a majority spinfection damage, which is exactly what I'm hoping for. Oh, you missed the one peg does anything. Okay, I see. It's the 104 explodable that's doing that, isn't it? Less so about the upgrading, and more so the fact that the explodable now has a solid damage source behind it. Because of course, the upgrading by itself is not really doing too much. But when you consider the fact that I'm increasing my damage by 1000%, that is very notable indeed. Not quite as notable as the, what was that, 40k spinfection you just took right there? Thick. Awesome. Alright, I'm really pleased with this. It's not often I do the greed run, and it's even less often I get to do a bomb spinfection build. Failed to hit the refresh there. This is, after all, exactly as I said, the problem with only having 1 refresh on the board. This is a build that really loves having that those extra refreshes on the board. So what are we up to now? Way more damage than I'd like, but would you look at that? 50k pretty much, not bad. Oh god. Refresh is in a poor spot again. I have Refresher though, isn't that lovely? Okay, so I believe that, yeah. Oh wait, I can just do this now. It's telling me that I should be firing and not double discarding. But I wanted to get this Spinfection kill there. Oh my god. Wait, can I redo that fight? Oh, I can't. Damn. If I could redo that fight, I would want to get him to, let's say, like 50k. Oh no, 50k is how much I got to at the end there. Let's say 20k Spinfection. That might be enough. 20k Spinfection. Oh, I went to the wrong screen already. Let's just quickly scroll through my bestiary, see what I haven't got maxed then. 20k Spinfection, then you just double discard from there on out. See if 20k Spinfection is enough, because I believe it would be. Yep, there we go. We've got the Mimic card. Oh yeah, that's a very fun fact. I learned that a while back. Painbow, I really don't like taking Painbow, so it's not often I actually get XP from killing it. I believe I've taken it a few times and died as well, so yeah, that's not surprising to me. Observer, obviously I've got maxed. I've killed the Observer a lot at this stage, quite a lot. This guy... Oh, I'm still missing the card? Oh, damn. It's a big shame. I thought that I would have the card by now. Oh, that's crazy. And this one too. Okay, so a bit surprised by that. Last enemies to be developed back for. I'm not surprised by that. Rainbow, and then I think we're pretty much fine across the board for like everything else. Flying Sapper is one question that I have. And yeah, no, it looks like I'm just pretty fine across the board. Yeah, so that was a nice run. It's always fun doing Greed Run. I had access to so much stuff. Didn't have access to Greed for quite a while. Oh, right, I only just collected that one recently. Awesome, awesome. Didn't have access to health for quite a while. I was just playing it very close to the edge, but we still survived. Alright, and it looks like pretty much everything else is done now. Wow. So recently, I didn't have the Castle Lightning Rod card. I also didn't have enough XP nor the card for this guy. But now I've got that. I was missing Mimic, and there was one other... I don't think there was. I was missing Mimic, but now Mimic's done. And yeah, it's literally just card for you, card for you, card for you, loot for you, and okay, so apparently I just need to do Painbow more. It's a shame though, because I really don't like Painbow. If you've got good options, you always take a good option, and Painbow is just rather bad if you do not have access to PS or healing. You know the PS or healing because it just delays how quickly you can kill the ranged enemies in Area 2 a lot of the time. Or the high damaging enemies that scale in Area 3 that could be very problematic. So I've generally struggled a bit more with Painbow than a lot of the other curses because a lot of them are very fine. But yeah, that was just a good fun run. I always recommend doing the Greed run because it's just so fun. And oh, it fits neatly onto 2 pages. Isn't that lovely?